I've done it again. Why don't I learn? Why do I always do it? I just can't help but love a cheap part exchange. Hello there, guys. We have done it yet again. Another cheap part exchange. Said I were going to stop doing it. Yeah. Said I'm going to stop buying these cheap part exchanges, but I just keep finding myself getting stuck with them. And this one is an absolute beauty. I'm going to spin the camera. We're going to have a walk through the car. Let's have a look at the service history, or if it's got any. Have a test drive in it. And yeah, just have a look at the overall condition. Can we make a car out of it? Let's have a look. Before we have a quick look around this car, just going to run a quick HBI check on it. See exactly what the story is. So you'll be able to see on the side, there's a little attachment from what I've done earlier. So as you see, we've got an Audi A3, which sounds fantastic. Who don't like an Audi? It's the 1.9 TDI E engine, which I know is very desirable. I think people put them in like Volkswagen Caddies and stuff like that. So yeah, there is a bit of desirability there. It's got a lot of advisors on its last MOT, exhaust blowing, oil leaks, that sort of stuff. And it's also got 7 owners. It's HPI clear though, never been in accidents, never been written off, it's never been stolen. So there's a positive from that side. So let's go and have a look around the car. So we'll have a little test drive in it as well. Let's see exactly what I bought. And here she is. So we've got an Audi A3 1.9 TDI E engine on a 58 plate. So this car, guys, come in part exchange against the Skoda Octavia that I've purchased. Where do we start? Where do we start? Let's start from the back and work our way forward. Oh dear. That is like severe acne. In fact,
it broke.
Oh, that's not very good. Oh dear. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realise it was that soft. We've got lack appeal all on the corner. I'm chuckling at myself. Ignore me. Let's have a look in the boot. Does it open? Right, okay, finally in. Oh my gosh. Right, okay. So, oh my days. So that is supposed to be black. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. It's, oh dear. Let's have a look under here. Am I going to get an illness? Oh dear. Full spare wheel. And also its toolkit. Got a knife there, why not? In case you want some dinner later. I'm not going to touch that, guys. I would pull it out, but I'm not going to touch it. So, it's clearly had a dog in here. Dog hairs everywhere. Just filthy. Again, why would you not just try and look after it the best that you can? I can't get over that. Oh my days. Right. Let's hope the rest of the car don't fall to pieces whilst I'm podding and proking. So, wheels, they're not in bad condition. Tyres, about 4mm tread. Bit of cracking going on. What are the brakes like? This, not that much really. And the pads, I think they're a little bit worn. Let's have a look at this one. So we've got some scrubbing on the outer tyre, and that tyre is definitely ready. This, not awful, but not bad. What brand of tyre we got here? Super Dart. Is that the brand? Oh no. Black Arrow. Seems like a budget tyre brand. Are we going to get a matching pair? This one's got about a bit more, 4mm tread. And this brand is a Folder. Get another budget tyre. And then we've got this back one. About 4mm tread. And we've got a, what the hell does that say? Comforza or something? Okay. Let's check Is this car not even unlocked? Gonna have to go in from the back. Oh, okay. Nice. At least we've got a parcel shelf. Why would you put that in the back? I'm assuming that's because of the dog. Oh dear. Filthy, filthy, filthy. It's just not even nice to be in. Why would you even want to be in a car like this? That looks good. That looks good. It's just filthy, guys. Honestly, I might put some gloves on. Let's have a look in here. Oh, I've got e-cig wrappers. Nice. Again, just filthy. Dirt everywhere. Does this even... Oh, look at that. Fixed.
Did you fix the problem?
And again, just dirt everywhere. Let's pop the bonnet. We'll have a look at the fluids. Oh my gosh. I thought the bonnet latch had broke. Right. How bad can it be? Oh my gosh. So, we've just got, I guess that's just moss. We've got the coolant tank. Let's put that back now. Have we got any coolant in there? Nice. That's emulsified, definitely. Very dirty. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's got oil in. Has it got oil? Oh my days. What the hell is that? I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well. All down here. Just filthy. Okay. Oh my. Bad oil leaks. There's no mayo. I know these engines are known to be reliable. Like I said, I know they're desirable. We've got oil. Is there anything else that we can notice? Say there's just oil everywhere. I mean, even on my hands already. Not very nice. So, let's go for a little drive. We're just on the inside of the car. And if I could give you smell-o-vision, I would love to.
Just your breath is not pretty.
Because this car absolutely honks to the point where it's making me gip. So, let's have a look at the documents before we set off. So the positive, we have got a spare key. Very worn, but there is a spare key. Some documents for the car. Let's have a look. We've got UK roadside assistance and warranty information. We've got an owner's manual. We've got a quick reference guide. And we've actually got the original pack, which I was surprised by. So the welcome Audi malarkey, service history, check certificate. Is there any service history? Is there any? Receipts and guarantees. Service receipts. Okay, so what we got? So we've got a new battery that was done in, where is the date? Am I being blind? 2023. So we've got MOT certificate. So this is the advisories. So registration plate lamp inoperative, tyre 1 close to legal limit, tyre slightly damaged, which we know that's the tyre that we was looking at. Oil leak but not excessive, and exhaust is a minor leak of exhaust gases on the front. So that would be the Flexi. There's no service history so far. Another MOT. Oh, check that one out. This car had a brand new clutch in 2022 for £570 and 36 pence. Is there anything in here? Nope. Fantastic. So we've got no service history. That's a great start. Does she start up? What we got there? Service due. So it's got 159,621 miles. What we got there? Windscreen wash. Does everything work? So, yeah, radio works. That don't make a nice noise. That's the blower motor, I think, failing. I do think these are cool on Audis. How they've got dual zone clamp control, but I like how you twist it. So that all works. That motor is definitely on its way out. But everything seems to... What we got there? Oh, card holder. Does that work? I don't seem to be doing anything. I'm not going to try and use that because that is awful. Okay, let's start her up. Starts up first time. All fairness, she sounds pretty sweet. So let's get the camera set up. We'll take it on a little drive, see how she does drive. And yeah, can we bring it back to life? So I'm not sure if you're picking up on the noise, but it's also got flywheel chatter. Quite heavy as well, which is strange because obviously it's had a new clutch. And you'd like to think it's had the flywheel done. Let's just double check. Clutch, master cylinder, ball joint. So, okay, so I don't think they've done the flywheel, which I know a lot of people do that, to be fair. But yeah, flywheel is definitely on its way out. Right, let's get on our way. Does it go into gear? We're moving. We are moving. So I know this engine is like really popular in like what you call car enthusiast scene. Like I said, I know a lot of people take the engines out of these sorts of cars when they fall to bits, like this one is doing, because the engines will probably run forever. It's the TDI engine, which I think I was speaking to someone. So that was the first generation that came out with DPF on it, I think it was. Let's get out of here. Doesn't drive too bad, actually. It's a shame with cars like this because, like I say, that engine will literally probably run forever. But, I mean, look at the state of the car. I mean, you can see why the customers traded it in because it's knackered. You know, it's just not worth fixing it. And again, it becomes my problem, which I really need to stop buying them, but I just cannot help it. So 159,000 miles, which I know that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot of miles. But for this engine, I don't think it actually is a lot. I think this engine will genuinely do a lot of miles comfortably. And the engine itself, I've got to be honest with you, is running pretty smooth. I mean, let's just put a foot down. Turbo spools up nicely. In fact, you can hear it. It sounds like it's got an induction kit on it, which probably isn't a good sign actually. But on a whole, it drives okay. No like nasty knocking that I can see at the minute. That's not to say that it's not got any, because I've not really gone over any proper bumps, but I can't really knock the car so far. I mean, the steering wheel's what you call pissed. It's right onto its left side. Don't really think it knows if it's coming or going actually, which probably explains why the tyres are getting worn. Let's put a foot down. It's genuinely got some nice power to it. I mean, it's a shame with the condition because if this was me, and everyone's different, I know that. Some people just buy a car and they run it into the ground. But if it was me, I would have bought a new boot for it, which you could probably pick one up for like 50, 60 quid. Got it down to valet, got her a nice clean. And yeah, I think you'd have been all right. But I think what's happened is they've left it longer and longer to the point where now there's probably a bill on the car of, I don't know, £800-900 to get this car on the road. In fact, what we'll do is we'll get a quote together on how much it would be to put this on the road. I think it's going to be £800 and £900, but we'll see. Indicators work, which I know on a German car, Audi or BMW, people don't tend to know how to use indicators, but the indicators do work. Another thing that lets the car down, guys, is it's in red. And obviously red is notorious for lack appeal. Something to do with sunlight. I could be completely wrong. I remember speaking to a body guy about red paint, and I asked him, why does red paint fade and get lack appeal? And he gave a sort of an answer, but I can't remember fully what he said. It was quite a special name, actually. Yeah, it made sense what he was saying at the time, but I can't exactly remember what the name of what causes it. But because it is in red and it's got like the lack appeal all over the rear bumper, it's got it on the roof, front bumper. Yeah, it's a shame, really. All the lights work. It is just a shame because this would do something pretty nicely, like maybe a young lad who wants a German vehicle. I mean, I don't know what people's opinions are on Audis. I like Audi as a brand. I just don't really like Audi A3s. I'm not sure what it is about them, but they just don't quite do it for me. I think they're a bit too expensive for what they are. So I was having a look at prices of these cars, and they retail, still with this mileage and this age, at £2,500. I mean, why would you spend £2,500, 159,000 mile, 58 plate car? Yes, it's an Audi, granted, but it's still a 58 plate and it's still near on 160,000 miles. And the other thing is, how much have I paid for this car? So that's probably the most interesting bit. So, customer came in and wanted to buy the Skoda Octavia from us. He originally came to look at a Nissan Qashqai that we have for sale, which is also now sold. And it was subject to us being able to take this part exchange in, which I didn't like right from the get-go, because I knew that the car that was going to arrive was 100% going to be a nail. But he said, you've got to take it in part exchange as part of the deal, otherwise I will not buy the car. And he wanted a really strong price for it. So he wanted £500 for this car, which I know to some people doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it genuinely is, because you can't resell this car. And that's what people have got to understand. You can't resell it. I can't put it on Facebook or anything like that because I'm tied into consumer law as a dealer. So if you was to do that, you know, you're really chancing it with like court fees and stuff, selling an unsafe car, and I wouldn't do that anyway. It's just not in me to do it. So then the other thing is to fix it and sell it. Well, we've established that we can't do that because it's going to be too expensive to fix this car. Then you could trade it on, but who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy this car? Another trader? Who? Or you could break it. There's like no parts on the car that's worth breaking. All the bumpers have lack appeal on them. Well, the rear boot has literally fallen to pieces, as you've seen. So the only thing that's valuable would be the engine, which I know the engine you could probably get £500-600, I think. So I suppose you could do that, but then it's the time to do it and the headache of getting an engine out. So by the time you've worked it out, you really won't be making any money off it by the time you've factored your labour in to do that. So then the only other thing for this car is to send it to a scrapyard, which is a shame. I really don't like sending cars to scrapyards. And as a rule of thumb, I'll always try and fix a car if it's possible to do it. But in this case, it's just not possible. So how much did I pay for this car? Well, I paid £350 for this car. So yes, it's a very cheap car, and you could say you've got it at a good price. But I will most likely lose money on this car. But I've done it to get the deal over the line on the Skoda that we sold. But that just goes to show that how could it be you're buying a car so cheap and still lose money on it? Well, you're so tied in with consumer law as a motor dealer. That is just the way it is. And people think when you're coming out with part exchange prices of a couple £100 that you're screwing the customer over, but you're genuinely not. You just cannot give more for the car than what it's worth. So the scrap value of this car, I've rung up a few places. I rung up a place called Motors in Motion, who specialise in VAG. They offered £150. I said, £150? We literally get these handed to us from insurance companies. Check this one out. For £85, they can get these cars from insurance companies that have been written off. £85. So the max he would go up to it was £150. I then rang a couple more places in Chesterfield. One was £180, the one was £150. So I'm going to lose a good £200 on this car, which isn't really good business, is it? But it makes a bit of good content. There's always something about when you watch, I don't know, a car that's in awful condition or somebody going to lose money on something. People just like watching stuff like that. So I do enjoy it. And if I'm honest with you, I've enjoyed the drive, other than the smell and obviously the condition and the hole in the boot. Definitely the hole in the boot. So we're just pulling back up to the dealership as we speak. We have one last look around the car, and then I think this car is going to go to car heaven, unfortunately. If there is anybody any motor traders that want to buy a cheap Audi, I don't know what you want to do with it, break it, whatever, let me know. I mean, it would be nice to keep the car on the road, or at least keep some of the parts on the road, I don't know. The flywheel's definitely on its way out. In fact, I'd probably say the clutch is on its way out, which is strange. So let's have one last look around this beauty before she goes on her way. So let's have one last look around this car. So I've left it running. I don't know if you can hear that, if it's picking it up. That is the flywheel. So that is going to be, what, at least £1,000, would you say? Oh dear. She's leaking fluid. But just everything around this car, like I say, needs new tyres. So it needs 3 new tyres. All the alloys are badly curved. It's got rust down the arch, so it needs a new wing. It's got lacquer peel all over the door. More rust. Lacquer peel all over this bumper, if you can see that. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is atrocious. So you got a big hole in the boot. More lacquer peel. No service history. Chips all over the roof. So, we've spoke to the garage that we use for a bit of our prep work. They've had a quick nosy at the car. Are you ready? Rear bumper paint, £300. The rear boot, obviously you can't have a car with a big hole in the boot. It needs a new boot. You can pick one up on eBay, about £250. Plus the fitting, you'd be looking at about £350. A major valet, you can't just take it across the road where we use for £20. They charge you about £80 to have that done. The flywheel, £1,000. 2 drop links, £90. 3 tyres, £210. A service, there's no service history with it and it needs a service, £140. The oil leak that's coming from around the rocker cover gasket, £80. Alloy refurb, £300. That is what you'd need to do with that car to get that into a retail position, because the whole point of a trader selling a vehicle is that we're selling it in a retail condition. So, are you ready for the total price? So to get that car on the road would be a whopping £2,550, which is just ridiculous. So plus we paid £350 for the car. So that takes us to £2,900 is what that car would owe us. The car is only worth retail maximum £2,500, and I think that's asking a bit too much. I wonder if these traders are just chancing it a bit. So clearly that car is not economically viable to repair, unfortunately. But if there's anybody there, I don't know, wants a little project or anything, just let me know. You can have it really cheap for what it owes me. Let me know if there's anything that we can help with. But that's just a quick video for today, guys. I'm really enjoying doing these little part exchange videos. I think they're entertaining. You can always rely on this business that we get some pretty funky part exchange. I want to thank everybody again for the support. If you do get a minute, if you can like, subscribe and comment, it would really, really help us. It helps my channel grow and ultimately will help us give better content to you guys going forward in the future. If there's any videos that you'd like to see, please let us know. Like I say, we're always open to ideas. But that's a wrap for today, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care, and we'll see you for the next one.